Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is March 23rd, 2025, and Ronald Koeman has revealed how long it took him to realize Pedri's potential. Also, it's reported that Barcelona are currently tracking the situation of Sandro Tonali. And finally, Manchester United are preparing a big bid for Coutinho. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and we'll begin this video with the news that today Spain qualified to the garbage and made up Nations League semi-final after defeating Netherlands in a penalty shootout. See, the first leg of the quarterfinals ended 2-2. The second leg ended 3-3. So it was a 5-5 aggregate. By the way, Lamine Yamal scoring one hell of a goal with what's becoming his signature goal, cutting inside and then striking it at the bottom left, by the bottom left post. And well, since it ended 5-5 on aggregate, then this match did go to penalty shootouts where Spain won 5-4, with Lamine Yamal actually missing his penalty kick, but nonetheless Pedri scoring the winning penalty kick. So this means that, or this concludes the FIFA international break for our Spanish players, including Lamine, Pedri, Olmo, Ferran. And well, this is good news because, of course, it means that they have all, or they will be all returning to Barcelona without any injuries. The bad news is that Lamine Yamal did play 120 minutes today. Hopefully, he'll be able to recover on time for that Osasuna match on Thursday. Now, Dani Olmo played a total of 84 minutes. Ferran Torres played 51 minutes. And Pedri playing only 36 minutes. So that's good news because it means that Pedri will be available or will be rested enough for the Osasuna match on Thursday. And, of course, there is Pau Cubarsí, who was released early, who's currently in Barcelona, and who will undergo medical exams tomorrow to determine how bad is his injury or whether he will be able to play against Osasuna or not. Now, speaking of Pedri, in the press conference or the pre-match press conference, Ronald Koeman revealed how long it took him to realize how good Pedri is, and this is what the Dutch coach had to say. I only needed 2 train sessions to see how good a player he is. Hopefully his injuries will respect him because, of course, he is one of the best midfielders out there. So, ladies and gentlemen, it took Ronald Koeman only 2 training sessions to realize how good Pedri is. And thank God, because Pedri has been absolutely remarkable this season. To me, the best midfielder in the world and one of the top candidates to me for the Ballon d'Or. And let's not forget, Koeman not only did give Pedri his debut, he also gave Gabi, Balde, amongst others, their debut. So for people who say, everything that Flick is achieving is thanks to Xavi because Xavi promoted Cubarsí and Lamine, I want to see the same energy and say everything Xavi achieved is thanks to Koeman, since Koeman gave Pedri and Gabi and Balde their debut. But you won't say that, right? Because that's a pretty silly thing to say. If we're going to say that every coach owes their success to the previous one because of the players they used, then that means everything Koeman did is thanks to Setien, and everything Setien did is thanks to Valverde, and everything Valverde did. You get the point. It's a silly point. Anyways, not only did Spain qualify to the Nation League, the garbage made-up Nations League semifinal, but France also qualified to the semifinals of the Nations League after defeating Croatia in a penalty shootout. This match ended 2-0 in favor of France, but the first leg had ended 2-0 in favor of Croatia. So it was 2-2 on aggregate. So it went to a penalty shootout where France won 5-4 on penalty shootouts. And that also concludes the FIFA international break for Jules Koundé, who will also be returning to Barcelona, thankfully, without any injuries. But just like Lamine Yamal, he too played 120 minutes today. So hopefully he will too be able to recover on time. It's just a lot of minutes to play. Now, on to the next bit of news, because Barcelona remain hopeful that Ronald Araujo could be released early. Now, as you know, Uruguay played against Argentina. They lost 1-0. Their next match is against Bolivia in very, very high altitude. 4,000 meters plus. And of course, the Uruguayan coach Marcelo Bielsa stated yesterday, which we covered his statements in the video, that he was going to be rotating players heavily because playing in altitude is very, very tough. And if you just played 90 minutes against Argentina, you're going to be tired. And so far, Uruguay have announced that they will be releasing 2 players from the Uruguayan training camp, including Georgian de Arrascaeta and Nicolas de la Cruz. So it looks like Uruguay is releasing players ahead of the match against Bolivia. So this, of course, gives Barcelona the hope that Uruguay will also release Ronald Araujo, since he did play against Argentina. And if that's the case, that would of course be a huge boost for Barcelona, because let's not forget, we're still awaiting the medical exams of Pau Cubarsí to see if he's healthy or not. And Iñigo Martinez, even though he is recovering much faster than initially anticipated, he's still not fully fit, or he has not been given the green light yet to participate in the match against Osasuna on Thursday. Now, on to the next bit of news, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's been revealed that Barcelona are tracking the situation of Sandro Tonali. Now, if you don't know who Sandro Tonali is, he's a 24-year-old center midfielder who joined Newcastle from AC Milan back in 2023. His current contract expires in 2028 with Newcastle. There's been a lot of talks about Sandro Tonali looking to leave Newcastle during this summer. And as such, it's revealed that Barcelona are currently tracking his situation to see what's going to happen and to see whether this is an opportunity for Barcelona to sign Sandro Tonali. Now, Barcelona did try to sign Tonali back in 2020, offering 65 million euros for him, but he ended up joining AC Milan, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he joined AC Milan, then Newcastle. So for now, Barcelona will be tracking his situation. Of course, a center midfield position is not the priority for Barcelona. The priorities are the left wing and the 2 fullback positions. But nonetheless, Barcelona will be monitoring and tracking the situation to see what happens with Tonali. Of course, he does have a lot of interest from other clubs, including Juventus, PSG, and also Inter Milan. Now, we will end today's video with the news that it's reported that Manchester United are preparing a huge offer for Raphinha. Now, Manchester United are looking to reinforce their squad. Well, they're still under construction, I guess, 20 years later, and they're still rebuilding. But one of the players that they consider will be essential to these efforts of rebuilding their squad is Raphinha, and it's reported that the Premier League club are willing to offer 70 million euros for Barcelona to sign Raphinha. But not just that, it's reported that Manchester United are also considering throwing in Marcus Rashford. So it would be 70 million euros plus Marcus Rashford for Raphinha. And of course, as you know, Barcelona rejected a 100 million euro offer over the winter for Saudi. So 70 million euros from Manchester United is definitely going to be a big no from Barcelona. But of course, here the kicker is that they are supposedly planning to offer Rashford as well. And as you know, Barcelona did try to sign Rashford during this winter transfer market. They couldn't clear enough space on their wage bill to do so. So of course, I do want to hear you guys' thoughts. Would you accept 70 million plus Rashford for Raphinha? Yes, no, let me know down below in the comment section. For me, I wouldn't make that trade, but that's just my opinion. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. We'll be uploading 2 more videos because there's a lot of news today. So stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. And as always, Visca Barça.